What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle Lee, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we got something special for all of you guys to talk about. We got the whole enchilada, knowing what unification is going to look like, what products are coming out, and actually, it looks pretty healthy. So without further ado, let's get in the video and talk about it. So let's start off. The new logo is no longer having Agumon in it. Just kidding. Just straight out looking at it, pretty clean logo. I like the background of all the old cards through all history here, and I like that Terramon is the new symbol because it makes sense. Liberators is starting to liberate us from being separated and unifying us, which is kind of cool. So, you know, it's pretty cool how they're going about it. I like the new logo. It's got some, maybe could be a little bit more fun looking or something like that, but I mean, hey, you can't always win everything, right? But I do like the logo. Some players are not going to like it, and I get that. Excuse me. So let's talk about the product scheduling. So this, excuse me. Wow. I was not expecting that. Taking a look here, we have April 25th to February. So from this to basically are all our main sets, starting once the unification starts. BT21, BT22, BT23, BT24. The longest gap we're going to have between sets are BT23 to BT24. I would have preferred maybe some starter decks in between, or a structured advanced deck right here or something like that, just so that we weren't getting main set, side set, main set, side set, main sets, break, main set, side set. I kind of would have loved an advanced deck instead of like EX10 and just move EX10 here. That would have been just the only thing I would have changed personally. I think everything's fine across the board. I think this is basically a breath of fresh air for a lot of players because, again, the unification had its negative impact on a lot of players' wallets. I think a lot of players were stressed. Cards were a little bit more pricier than they wanted. You know, all the fast sets. A lot of stores had to make decisions on the fly 6 months in advance. You can't really go like, oh, we got like 9 sets a year in 1 year, and stores had to pick and choose how they go about it. But with now the slowdown to being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the physical year, I think that'll be a lot better in the long term. I know we're going to get the starter decks. The starter decks will have like an event, a pre-release of a release event, and from going forwards, the booster packs I think are going to be release sets instead. But don't quote me on that one. This one, see this after the world unification of the game in April 22. All fans will be able to enjoy the best products and events at the same time without limits on language. Our team is working hard to make this a reality. Except for UK. Let's be straight honest. UK is always delayed and they don't know what to do. So I always expect a delay in UK, and that's going to suck because that means their formats are going to be shorter than anything, because by the time they get the next one, it's kind of sucks because the new format, they're going to try to move on and it's always going to be delayed by 2 weeks. I mean, it kind of just stays the same, actually, not even that bad, but you get players leaving. You're going to lose a lot of the UK players and the Europe players if this continues. I'm going to be straight honest with you. Players don't like delays. They really don't. Now, so what's going to happen here is something new. This is basically the new promo. What they're going to do starting January, they're going to move in and we're going to get basically the support for every deck that is Liberators. They're skipping out on Tyrannomon X and stuff like that. That for a little, you know, local run pack, because they're moving to a more unification. So they're keeping us on the same path. We were only one behind. We could have probably made a unification hit sooner if you just slim down, you know, currently every 2 months, but now it's going to move to 3 months, which is not bad, actually. I think having store participations for 3 months gives a lot more time to get product they want. You know, 4 types, now 6 types, and, you know, you get the winners product as well. And they're all really good Liberator cards. So we have Close, we have Quinlan, then you have Landramon, and closed promos will actually be very useful for their decks, and so will the Quinlan and Shellmon, and then Shushu and Galemon definitely going in the respective Liberator sets. Then we do got the official sleeves, Type 4, Anniversary, 5th Anniversary, clothes being one, Signs of Digievolution, and then Appmon. So guys, you guys were all for no, Appmon's not coming. It's not a real thing. Well, proved you wrong there. Appmon's coming, and that's kind of cool. You know, gotcha new card illustration. So this might be the full art, which I would love. That's the full art. And, you know, I can't wait for the Apply. You know, it all goes up. Digimon Universe's Apply monsters. Characters are joining the Digimon card game. Makes a lot of sense. They don't normally Digivolve the same way, so I can't wait to see what kind of, you know, wonky shenanigans they do to make this a reality. And, you know, it'll be a very interesting mechanic, all in all. But we got World Convergence. So this should be having one of every single main protagonist super rare. You know, we will see a Protag's evolution line, you know. So I'm expecting that. We're gonna get a Goonie, we're getting Magnamon instead of an Imperial Dramon line, which, to be honest with you, who wants a break from that? And Dan, you better not say I don't vote for that. Then we have War Growlmon, we have Rise Greymon, we got Arrestramon, we got Gamamon's evolution. Kranos Weissmon, I think it's Kranos Weissmon. Then when you do have the Applemons, then you do have the none other than, you know, Omni Shout, and then Metal Greymon being the center. And I expect us to see, you know, Shoto in here, and then we'll see what's his name, Code Crackers. You know, we're gonna see both of those. So that should lead into being most of the super rares in the set. I don't expect anything crazy. This is just a big, hey, we're unified. We're gonna give everybody something. Starter decks got announced as well. We do get an understanding how they're gonna do it. So it's black, green here, red, yellow, and then you have War Greymon as focus point. And you know, it is a new start. There's no way they weren't gonna do War Greymon, Metal Garurumon when they're gonna start everything again. So, you know, Metal Garurumon having, you know, TK and Matt, and then you have Joe and Mimi as the dual tamers, and they're going to be pretty interesting to see what they do with them going forwards. And I really do find it exciting here. You know, I want to know exactly what their game plan is. Then, you know, World Conversions, the release event is coming April 18th to May 9th, 2025. The booster pack Convergence BT12 will be release event. A prize card from each of the 4 release events next year can come together to make a connected image. I'm really excited to see that connected image. So, you know, the next 4 main sets from this to all the way to May will all the more reason to be excited for. Then we are getting an illustration pack that'll have a War Greymon, a Emperor Greymon, a Dorugamon, Gaiomon, Gallantmon, and Mastamon. So all these will have their own unique arts. We're going to get a full access to another Gallantmon. It won't probably be foiled, which is fine. The box purchase bonus of Illustrated Celebration Pack lines up featuring 6 newly illustrated Digimon from a user poll. So that's going to be really cool. We're going to get a very solid lineup. I know Mastamons, everybody's like, we've already gotten so many, but you know what? These are their favorite Digimon, so let them have it. You know, I can't wait to see what happens. And especially because 2 of these are really good secrets that a lot of players needed to get their hands on, you know? So this is definitely going to help out keep War Greymon cheap and Gallantmon cheaper so that you guys can have that access. You know, then there's also going to be signature illustration cards. We get a Zephyga, a Grace Nova, War Greymon X Antibody, a Goonie, Lanamon, Titanmon, and Beelzemon Blast Mode. I'm excited for the Grace Nova, to be honest with you. I really want the Grace Nova. I might have to look into what the SIG is for it. I don't expect it to be expensive, but that'll be my big pickup. Then we have the official store tournaments. Again, I kind of briefly discussed it, but you know, you will get one card per pack, which means that instead of the 2 per pack, which we really been enjoying, it's now back to 1s, and that means you got to go to many more locals. But since it's 3 months running, you'll have more shot at getting these products. So you know, you got Landramon, Galemon, Shushumon, Shell, Quinlan, and Close. All these cards are really good for their respective decks. It makes the decks very useful and playable. You know, you kind of get a good understanding on how these events are going to go. So at the end of the day, I'm really excited to see what happens and what goes on. So there are a lot of benefits to all this. There's a lot of greatness coming for the unification, and that Digimon is in a good spot. And now we're going to be able to develop and create with the Japanese players, so we're no longer feeling like we already know what 6 months ahead is. Unification definitely helps out because, again, players get tired of a set very quickly when they know what's coming. And again, that's what happens. Like any card game, they start teetering down from their original designs, and then, you know, that's just where we're going to be dealing with. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.